Hello everybody, we are going to learn some simple steps to develop English speaking skills in this presentation, and we would see a step-by-step approach to develop speaking and presentation skills. So here are the topics that we are going to cover. We are going to talk about 4 steps of learning, which are listening, reading, writing and speaking, and I recommend that during the initial phase, you pay more attention to listening and reading, and then later on, you can pay attention to writing and speaking. Once you listen and read a lot, it becomes easy to write or speak. So we'll study about these 4 aspects. We'll study the difference between how a child learns and how an adult learns. And if you are an adult, your learning style has to be different from that of a child. And why is it different and what should you do to learn is what we are going to study. The next thing we are going to study about is dividing your day into revision time and learning time, and why is it important. We'll also study about learning with ears, not with your eyes, and what is the advantage of it. We'll study the importance of choosing some simple and real content. We'll study how to learn phrases, then how to practice expansion of phrases, how to learn from stories, and as we were discussing earlier, we'll talk about the next step, which is writing and speaking. So first you should learn listening and reading. Your emphasis should be on listening and reading. And then it should be on writing and speaking. So we'll study about all these aspects of learning a new language or picking up a new language. Okay, so first of all, let us study about the 4 ways to enhance your skills. Well, the 4 aspects of language learning are: first, you have to acquire the language. In order to acquire language, listening and reading are important. It's like you are getting something through listening and reading. So when you listen to something or when you read something, you acquire knowledge. But when you write something or speak something, you share knowledge. So these are the 4 aspects of developing your new language skill. First, you have to focus on listening and reading, and then you have to focus on writing and speaking. There's a huge difference between how a child learns and how an adult learns. For a child, the whole world is like an open book. He tries to learn everything naturally and intuitively. So wherever a child goes, he opens his eyes and ears and he acquires or imbibes all the information and content without any filter, without any bias. He tries to gather everything and anything that comes his way. But so for a child, learning is very natural. You don't have to tell him that learn it. It's like he's always in the learning mode. He's trying to learn everything that comes his way, and that becomes a part of his personality. You might have seen children mimicking dogs, cats, even trees, or even they get interested in watching an insect. So there is no filter. Everything which they see, even a watch, the ticking of a watch excites them. They mimic their parents, they mimic their friends, they mimic their tone, voice, words, everything. But for an adult, the learning style is very different. As we grow older, we put a lot of filters and we do not let everything into our mind. We become selective and biased. So, as an adult, if you want to learn something, the only way to acquire a new skill is through repetition. When we consciously repeat certain aspect of knowledge, we become accustomed and familiar to it, and we say that we have developed that skill. So you have to consciously choose some time to revise the content that you have acquired so that it becomes a part of your conscious memory and you would be able to use it at the right time. Doing things once would not be enough. You'll have to keep on revising it because that is how an adult learns. Because there are so many filters, everything does not come his way naturally. An adult has to repeat stuff so that it passes through that invisible filter to your conscious memory and uh, it becomes available to you to use at the right time. Reading something or listening to something just once is not going to help because you would tend to forget. So repetition is very important for an adult. We call this process as cognitive osmosis. Cognitive is something related to intelligence. Osmosis is something which gets into cognitive osmosis का मतलब है कि आपको सोच समझ के बार बार धीरे धीरे कोई चीज़ आत्मसात करनी होती है या समझनी होती है जिससे कि वो आपको लगे कि अरे ये तो मैं तो जन्म से ही ये लेकर के आया हूँ, ये तो मुझे पहले से ही पता है। जैसे आप साइकिल चलाते हैं तो वो धीरे 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 करके एक स्किल बनता है क्योंकि आप रोज़ चला रहे होते हैं या कोई गाड़ी चलाते हैं तो रोज़ चला रहे होते हैं। सिमिलरली खान कोई भी एग्जाम्पल अगर आप लें तो वो एक प्रोसेस से होकर गुजरता है। जब आप रिपीट करते हैं तो वो आपकी पर्सनैलिटी का हिस्सा बन जाता है। So this is what we call as cognitive osmosis, a process of learning by which a new skill becomes a part of your consciousness, becomes a part of your personality, and it becomes available to you whenever you want to use it. So repetition is the key to learn a new skill, whether it is language or anything else. And you have to consciously choose what you want to repeat, because whatever you repeat would become a part of your conscious memory and you would be able to use it at the right time. Your repeated behavior would become your attitude and personality. So you have to practice very consciously whatever you do and choose the content which you want to repeat. So in order to learn good English, you'll have to choose the content that you want to repeat, which I'm going to provide you, and but you will definitely have to repeat it again and again till the time it becomes a part of your conscious memory, till the time it becomes easy for you to use it. So accordingly, you should divide your time into revision time and learning time every day. So you should start your day when you start learning, like for example, when you start your learning hours, spend some time to revision first, because that will give you a chance to know what you have learned and you can quickly revise stuff in 15 to 20 minutes or maybe an hour's time. Have something fixed to revise, like you can revise something which you learned the previous day, and in a week's time, one day you can keep only for revision, where you are not learning anything new, you're just revising what you have acquired throughout the week. So that becomes like compilation of your weekly effort. And once you start doing this, you will see that you have started learning a lot of things and things will become a part of your conscious memory. So basically you have to divide your learning time into revision time and learning new skills time. For language learning, it is very important to learn with your ears, not with your eyes. So if you read something, you do not understand the pronunciation of words, you do not know how to uh, enunciate your thoughts, how to uh, you know like how to pronounce every word correctly. That comes only through listening. So listening is a better way for a beginner because you would not just know about the word but also about its pronunciation. And usually when you listen to words, you listen to a complete phrase or sentence, so you also learn associated words and vocabulary. So listening is a great way to learn. It is more engaging. As you are listening right now, probably you are understanding more. So if some content is there, which is there in written form, as well as you get to hear the audio or explanation to it, that is a better way to learn than by just listening to something. Whenever you read or listen something or hear something, pay attention to function words and content words. So function words are the words which are related to grammar or additional words, and content words carry information. So you will find that content words are spoken with more emphasis and function words are spoken with less emphasis. We'll see this further in some examples. Choose real and easy content. So do not read from difficult books. Use some easy content like 6 minutes English broadcasts or some children's stories or stories with pictures, cartoon shows in English, something which is very easy to understand, which you can understand in one go. So your tempo of understanding is not broken. You understand every single word with the help of pictures, with the help of stories, so your learning would improve. Do not learn individual words, learn phrases. This is super important because when you learn phrases, you also learn associated words and grammar, and you can use the phrases wherever you want the way they are. Like, for example, I hate ice cream. If you want to learn the word hate, you can simply take the example of I hate ice cream. When I was doing a research on how to learn a new language, I went through a lot of videos and content, and I found one of the videos by AJ Hogg, which was uh, about some simple ways of learning, and I found this to be really super important, where he talks about learning phrases. So learning phrases can be a great way to improve your English because you not just learn the words but also the related content, vocabulary, words, grammar, everything associated with the word. So phrases help you to learn grammar and you can learn the phrase as such. We never communicate using single words. We most of the time communicate using a phrase. So learning a phrase is a better way of learning a language than learning single words. Make a list of words and phrases you like to learn. Like I have given examples here, you can pause and read. I would like to. मतलब मैं चाहता हूँ. So in this you can talk about things that you want to do, and similarly I wish to. They are more or less the same, but then there's a minor difference. So if you keep on learning lots of phrases like this, making small sentences on them, one day you would have lots and lots of phrases with you and you would be able to speak and communicate in an easy way. So practice sentence expansion. From words move to phrases, from phrases move to sentences, from sentences move to paragraph. I've given an example here. It says, I like ice cream. Well, this is a very simple sentence. Let's add an adjective to this. I like chocolate ice cream. Okay, so chocolate is an adjective. It's a special type of ice cream. I like eating chocolate ice cream on a sunny day. Now, on a sunny day is a modifier. It is giving some extra details about how you like the act of eating ice cream. So, well, you like it when it is sunny. I like eating ice cream with a double scoop on a sunny day. Now, ice cream with a double scoop, it's a special type of ice cream, on a sunny day. It's not just single scoop, you like double scoop. So like this, you can expand the sentences. I like eating chocolate ice cream with double scoop with my friends on a sunny day. So you have added with my friends. So like this, if you learn small phrases, you can add them to create or generate long sentences. I would like to become an air hostess. So I would like to become an air hostess because I love flying. So you have added the reason to it by adding a because and the reason to it. I would like to become an air hostess so that I can see the world. So this is another expansion, so that I can see the world. I would like to become an air hostess because it is my childhood dream is another expansion. So like this, you can expand these phrases by adding some dimensions to it, whatever comes in your mind. And once you start doing this exercise, your brain will throw a lot of new sentences, and that would become more intuitive to speak and learn. Learn from some small stories. There are lots and lots of small stories and videos and podcasts available on internet. Like one good source is AJ Hogg, another good source is 6 Minutes English by BBC. There are lots and lots of small presentations by 6 Minutes English by BBC. So if you go there, you would be able to learn lots of new phrases, content, way of expressing your thoughts, different types of emotions. So that becomes easy to learn. So pick up some simple phrases, simple stories on that. You can also buy some simple books and read them. The books with pictures in them and short stories with them can be really helpful. Pick up, then the next phase comes where you start describing stuff. See, you're learning a new language has to be divided into two parts. First, you learn, your emphasis should be on listening and reading. So when you listen and read, you acquire a lot of knowledge, and try to listen to the same thing which you read. So that becomes a part of your learning. So listening and reading is the first step, and then you can move on to writing and speaking. Writing and speaking is expressing what you know. So it is very important that you should have something which you can share. So listening and learning is like filling a pot with water. And once you have enough water in your pot, you can share that water to others. I'm just making a metaphor of it to make you understand with the help of this imagery where, okay, first you have to listen and read so you have something to share, and then you can write and speak on that. So first your emphasis should be on listening and reading, and then it should be on writing and speaking. Make a list of topics. So once you have acquired lots of phrases and once you become confident to express your thoughts in an easy way, you can make a list of topics of your choice and talk about those topics. First of all, write them down so you know what you are speaking, then read them aloud so you know how to present yourself, and then speak about them in an easy way. So that becomes a step-by-step process to develop your English speaking skills. One special note here that whatever you learn, it should be step by step, and you should not be in a hurry. If you try to hurry up, it is very difficult to learn. When you are learning how to drive a car, you cannot drive at 80 kilometers per hour and also learn how to drive a car. So you have to learn slowly, you have to have that patience so that you acquire a skill completely before you move on to the next skill. Some useful content I've been speaking about it. AJ Hogg, 7 Minutes English or 6 Minutes English by BBC, and some short stories. You can also, these days, audiobooks are available, and I can recommend them once you start. So yeah, you can pick up some content. And YouTube and internet has become a great source of learning for a willing heart. Nothing is impossible. You can learn a lot of things with the help of the content available online and offline.